What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Guide on Prison Architect. This is episode number 2. We're going to be going over foundations today and the basic functions behind them. But first, we're going to take a look at the main menu, go over a few things in there. As you can see, we got the main menu in front of us. Campaign mode, which I definitely suggest everybody take a look at. That's going to give you the basics on handling riots, handling fires, executing prisoners, all of that good stuff. The cutscenes go along with that. I'm sure I don't have to explain load campaign or load or save prison. Create new prison we'll go into in just a second, but I want to show you extras. Extras is a nice little addition to this game where you're able to share your prison on Steam, look at the most popular prisons, or even manage your mods. There are plenty of mods out there that add extra objects and extra flooring and things like that to the game. And escape mode. I love to highlight escape mode because it's a completely different mode of the game that allows you to become a prisoner and be put into your own prison to try and escape. Or you can find a Steam Workshop prison and attempt to break out of those prisons. So it definitely adds more to this game and gives you other things to do than besides just building. Now going back, we're going to be creating a new prison today, and we're greeted here with the Create New Prison tab. And here we're going to go ahead and select our gender of prisoners. So if you ever wanted your orange as the new black prison, you can do that here. You're also going to choose a warden, and every warden here except the standard warden has their own little perk. I like J.W. Periwinkle because the dogs can fully uncover tunnels that they detect. The plot that we're going to be sticking with will be a small one today. Gonna get rid of Fog of War, which basically means anywhere you don't have eyes, you cannot see what's going on in that area of the prison. I'll let it generate trees, generating lakes. That's important to keep in mind, especially if you have the weather and temperature feature down here checked, because when it rains, those lakes will flood. Generate buildings. If you like to freelance a lot, you can incorporate some randomly generated buildings that happen upon your piece of land when you start your prison. Failure conditions. If you have too many escapees, too many riots, too many deaths, you could end up as a prisoner in your own prison. Very neat. The gangs adds extra flavor to the gameplay, makes it tougher for you to control your prisoners, and it makes it more important that you pay attention to the infamous ones coming in. The events is random occurrences that can happen during the game, a burst water pipe, a fire in the kitchen, maybe the mayor wants you to get rid of all your televisions. That's the type of stuff that can happen with events. Weather and temperature adds more elements that you have to manage about your prison. And the ultimate, unlimited funds, which we're going to go ahead and turn that on for sandbox mode while we go over some of these basics. We're going to go ahead and start our new prison. And there we go. We have ourselves our brand new spanking piece of land that we're going to be building on today and taking a look at. This episode is primarily going to only be looking at the Foundations tab and how that works in the game. So we have two foundations, brick and concrete. Both of these cost the same. They both perform the same. It's merely a matter of aesthetics. Now, any room or any building in your prison first starts out as a foundation, and then you can go ahead and add or subtract to that foundation to make it into exactly what you want. We also have a feature here called auto lights, and auto lights will automatically place lights in the foundation to be able to light up your building from the get-go. Some people like to turn auto lights off, like myself, because I have specific places that I want to put lights in the prison and some places that I don't. For example, maybe I don't want a light in my solitary cells. Maybe I want them in the dark all the time, where they belong, especially if they're in solitary. Next, here we have a bulldoze feature. That's going to delete walls plus foundation. And that's important to keep in mind because there's another remove walls function, but it doesn't get rid of the foundation. It only gets rid of the walls. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what both of these look like. We're going to be dragging or click holding, dragging. That's going to be building foundations for us. You see our little workman's getting to work there. Now, before the foundation completes, you always need to have an entrance on it. Depending on the type of room that you're building, you'll go under the Objects tab and build the appropriate room, or choose the appropriate door for that room. So they're building a brick foundation right now. Our dude's putting in the door, and it will end up completing here. Just like that. Boom. Now, let's say we wanted to put another building right next to this that shares this wall for the foundation. It's very simple. You want to line up next to the wall that you want to share and drag the appropriate size. This is going to automatically share this wall with this foundation. Again, we'll have to go in and put in a door or delete a wall. You can also delete a wall, which will provide entrance into this foundation. And we'll let them complete that. Now, you'll see that we have one building, 2 rooms now. Let's say we wanted to expand this foundation. What we'll do then is we will figure out where we would like to expand to, and then we're going to go ahead and click drag on top of the wall that we would like to remove. So once we do that, you'll see our little workmen are going to go in, build the foundation, and end up removing this wall to expand the room completely. There we go. They're going to pick up the rubble. And that's how you add on to an existing foundation. Now remember what I said before about auto lights. If you can see, the selection is on. They have automatically put lights into this building. Some people prefer that. Others prefer a little bit more control over where they place their lights. We're going to get into the bulldoze feature here. If you see what I'm going to do, we're going to we're going to left click and drag across that wall right there. And our little workmen are going to remove the wall and the foundation that is associated with that. Whereas if we were to go under materials and select just to demolish walls, you'll see that they will get rid of the walls, but they will leave the foundation intact. Big difference between those two. So I think that's going to do it for this episode 2 of Guide to Prison Architect. This was the foundations in the main menu. Check out number 3, where we're going to be looking at materials and rooms. I will see you guys in the next one.